right, I'm only doing this
Yeah.
if we keep it the same. I need some calm and stability, Ben. And if we're going to keep doing this podcast, I like the format we had before. I want to stick with it.
You did name your 2 children a quiz and 2 charts. But don't worry about it. I mean,
Okay.
ignore the gold lame suit and top hat, which I am just happened to be wearing. There was nothing else dry. But don't worry. Other than that, everything is entirely as it was.
Suppose I can deal with that just about.
Beep boop. Hello, Mr. Phil.
What is that?
I am your robot pal.
Oh, for fuck.
Dun, dun. Dun, dun.
You've ruined robots. You've ruined robots.
Hooray! A brilliant start to Series 3 of Don't Let's Chat with me, Ben Baker.
And me, Phil Catterall, the man who doesn't like robots anymore because of Ben Baker.
Hooray! Times 2. If you've never heard this programme before, this is a podcast where me and Phil try and find some sense out of this crazy world of ours through top 10 lists, charts, etc. Because let's be honest, there's not much else we can rely on in the current climate, is there?
No, not really.
It's just cold, hard data, which of course was also the name of Brent Spiner's pornographic film. No, it's not true.
I hate it.
It's not true. So, we're slightly changed, if you've heard the programme before. We're basically going to look at things that happened on this date in history. And, well, hold on to your factual trousers, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not a sentence I'm keen on.
But you will be keen on the fact that happened on the 6th of October, 1783, when Benjamin Hanks patented the self-winding clock.
Right. Okay. That's your lead in.
Now, this is the bit where we have a bit of fun banter about that.
Yeah.
Self-winding clock funnies, the standard stuff that they do on, the news quiz. Lazy bastard. Why can't I wind his own clock up?
Uh-huh. No, good.
No, if you don't like it's fine. If you don't like that one, I've got another one. 1866.
I don't like that one.
The first train robbery in the US happened.
Right.
No. The first train robbery. Oh,
I think I know where you're going with this.
Who's going to rob a train? That's a massive swag bag you're going to need for that.
No,
to put the train. So,
I thought I knew where you were going, and you did not disappoint. Thank you.
Reno Brothers, they took $30,000. Okay, 1889, Thomas Edison showed his first ever motion picture, which, as we all know, was two lasses doing some kissing in the bear.
Why are you doing this?
No, the best thing, that wasn't what it actually was. It was three of his workers pretending to be blacksmiths. You know, jumping on that whole pretending to be blacksmiths bandwagon of the 19th century.
This is absolutely one of those cases where the actual thing that they did is funnier than the joke that you came up with for it. Two lasses kissing. It's like, no, three blokes dressed as blacksmiths for no reason.
No, you're talking. Well, all right, we'll skip forward to 1945.
Oh, good.
And tavern owner William Billy Goat Cianis.
That's a name. That is a name.
Buys a seat for his goat at Game 4 of the Baseball World Series, but is escorted out and casts a curse on the Chicago Cubs. Now, there's a lot to unpack there.
There is a lot to unpack there.
But apparently he's got his own Wikipedia page and everything. The curse of the Billy Goat was a sports-related curse supposedly placed on the Chicago Cubs Major League Baseball franchise by William Cianis, who took his pet goat, named Murphy, to see some baseballs. And Murphy was bothering other fans, so he was asked to leave Wrigley Field, and he put a curse, he said, allegedly, "Them Cubs, they ain't gonna win no more." And from then, they won nothing of any major worth until 2016,
right,
on the 46th anniversary of his death.
Okay.
And ironically, what they won was a goat. No, they didn't. That would.
I mean, that is. There's a lot
that
is a lot.
I mean, who goes, you know what? I want to see the baseball, but I promise to hang out with my goat for the and, wait, what if? And they get to the turnstile and they go, "Hello, one human, one goat."
I think it's. I assume that he was operating under what I like to think of as Air Bud rules, where there's nothing in the rule book that says I can't. It's like, no, because no one ever thought you would.
No, I mean, I assume you were going to say they were going to put a cap on the goat and say, "Get out there on the fifth base." You know.
No. Air Bud is just the personification of if it isn't. There's nothing in the rule book preventing it. It's like no, there isn't. There's nothing that says that a dog can't play basketball, but because dogs can't play basketball, you don't have to specify it.
No,
so.
You don't have to be a dog racist to know that. But yeah, that's. I love the idea of someone going, "I curse you for not letting me go."
But I'm not clear on what his qualifications were for, putting a curse on it.
Well, he owned a local tavern, which was called the Billy Goat Tavern. Yeah,
We all
yeah,
know that.
yeah. The Billy Goat. So it was all there. The clues are there.
Well, there we go.
There you go. Sports facts. Who knew sports facts might turn up on Let's Show?
Did you say about the thing about the telegram?
No, what was that?
So apparently, when they lost the World Series in 1945, Billy sent a telegram to the owner of the Cubs asking who stinks now.
And the answer was, "You goat. It's still
your goat.
It's still a goat.
Still the goat.
It's shitting everywhere."
It's like we're just bad at. We're just bad at this. We're bad at this one thing. It doesn't mean we smell.
Yeah, it's when you start defecating in a field, maybe we'll talk. Oh dear. Speaking of defecating in a field.
No.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Oh well, he might have done at some point. I'm looking at the birthdays on I was just out for John Cougar Mellencamp, who I don't know anything about. I just love the name John Cougar
It's
Mellencamp.
A good name. It is a good
born
name.
in 1951, October 1951. But do you know what? I presume with time zones and however long his mum held on to him, it was at least it was nearly born on the 6th.
Part way out.
So I mean, we've already broken the format four vaccines. I'm looking at this, and he says he had loads of hits. I only remember Jack and Diane.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't really know anything about John Mellencamp, or John Cougar, or Johnny Cougar, or John Cougar Melon Balls, as I'm Rasmussen called him. If only someone had some sort of information.
I mean, I don't know much about.
But I know I love you. Oh, sorry.
That he is on the board of directors for Farm Aid, which is a thing that exists and has done for 35 years at this point.
Oh, that's coincidental. 35 years, what, just after Band-Aid then?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. September of 85, the first one.
So presumably the Wurzels were on.
Well,
and that's it. And so, Farmers Boys were on. And
what I have done, Ben,
Swill Collins.
Because our old friend Wikipedia has...
He used to chase that Roadrunner. Yeah, I remember him.
A full list of everyone that has been on in every event. I have taken that
What do you mean every event? How many Farm Aids have there been?
Well, it's been running since 1985, so...
Oh, every year?
Yeah.
So what's the point of it? Is it to make money for farmers in America then?
Yes, that's exactly what it's for.
So a good cause. It just happens to be called Farm Aid, which in this country definitely makes you think more. People play the Archers theme than than quality rock. So you've got a list of the people who played then.
Yes, and let me tell you, it took some Excel-based wrangling to get this into a format where I could just easily add up how many times each person had appeared. So,
so are we going by lists of appearances then?
Yes, the number of times that they've appeared. Now, I'm going to start off by telling you that the board of directors for Farm Aid is Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Dave Matthews. So I'd like you to bear that in mind.
All my favourites.
As we go into this list. So I'm going to jump around a bit.
What, Chris Cross played? Sorry.
I hate you. Because it doesn't quite work if we just do it as a straight list. So
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you your top three. See if you can guess your top three.
Is it Willem Nelson,
Yeah.
John Coca Balls,
Yes.
and Neil Young?
Correct. So that's Willie Nelson's.
And that's only because Dave Matthews didn't become a thing until sort of the 90s, really. Did he?
No, not really.
That's all I know of Dave Matthews. That bit of that song that's in Community.
So that's your top three. So
Yeah.
Willie Nelson 33 times, John Mellencamp 30, Neil Young 29.
Right.
Now,
so there were 2 years where Willie Nelson went, and you know what? I'm not feeling it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was 1 year as well that Willie Nelson just 1989. He took it on the road by himself. So he was the only person.
Didn't he get done for tax evasion as well at some point?
At some point, yeah. But I think he's been in most of these.
Who else is on your list?
So other top ranking people are Jamie Johnson by themselves.
I'm fairly sure it's a CBBC drama.
Sounds
about
like it.
Footballing child.
Lucas Nelson and The Promise of the Real. So them and Jamie Johnson have both got 9 appearances. So you know.
I mean, that sounds like a good band name.
It does. Just you wait, because I'm going to jump down the list a bit here because some of these names aren't that interesting. Insects versus Robots have 5 appearances.
I mean, who do you think wins in that battle? Insects
Robots.
or robots?
I mean, it depends how big the insects are, but if it's a standard size insects and any size of robot, I would assume the robot would win.
Yeah, because, robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Beep boop, do you want me now? No, not now, robot. No, thank you.
Anyway, with this a sad 3 appearances is Titty Bingo, which was not anything I was expecting to say when I started looking into Farm Aid.
I mean, I have been pitching Titty Bingo to you as a podcast since we began. Come on.
Lou Reed was there 3 times.
He likes farms. I bet he
Does
had
he?
a cracking Farmville set up before his death, and I'm sure Laurie Anderson's keeping it maintained for him.
Oh, probably. Now, I was amused because the way that I split this list up was to just basically say to Excel, take that big block of names and split it out, which unfortunately means it is split out. It looks as though Stills, Crosby, and Nash and Young, as 3 separate entities, all appeared twice. And I've been and checked. It's not that. No, it was still Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young at that point.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't that they had started to split up and were all performing at the same event, but in separate groups.
All in their own entourage. Yeah. They all did their part of the act on different stages
and at different times. Yes.
Very Good. Nice house.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
No.
That we all remember them from Friends, appeared twice, as did, and I swear this is not me making this up because it sounds like a thing that we would make up, Ian Mellencamp.
No!
Who has appeared twice.
Not Ian Mellencamp!
Well, if there isn't, then someone's edited him into Wikipedia, and it's probably you. No, there is video footage of him. There is video footage of him performing at Farm Aid 2019. If you search Ian Mellencamp, it's the first video that comes up.
I mean, amazingly, I haven't already had this, so it's not coming up as a previously.
He's the nephew of John Mellencamp, apparently. He looks like the forgotten Hanson brother, is what he looks like. And I don't say that in a nasty way, it's just what he looks like.
All of his songs are terribly named. Full Steam Ahead, Romance Ending, and Force Fit. If it don't, just don't.
So yeah, Garth Brooks did one, Glenn Campbell. Elton John did one, which does not seem to fit.
I don't think Elton John even knows what farms are. I'm fairly sure.
He's seen them from his window. I'm pretty sure of that.
So who's the name that you would expect least that has played it?
I mean, it's difficult to say. Julio Iglesias does not seem like the sort of man who, again, has ever been to a farm. But the most surprising name on the list, I'm assuming this person did not sing, but I would love it if they had, and there was footage of it, is Barack Obama.
Yeah, he just hasn't Dave Medley, and ended, of course, with "I Could Be So Good For You." That's how he ended all of his campaign rallies back then.
Well, this was the 2005 one. It was the 20th anniversary. It was in Illinois, which I believe he was a state senator for at the time, or was he senator for it? Either way, he wasn't president. He was still 3 years off being president.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he was just there.
And that is the story of Farmin.
Farmin. Thank you once again to Wikipedia.
The year after John Cougar Melon Balls was born, 1952, Agatha Christie's play The Mousetrap opened. Do you know where it opened, Phil?
Was it in London somewhere?
Correct. Nottingham at the Theatre Royal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and then in London the following month, where it's run continuously until March 16th, 2020, where it ended for some reason. Don't know why. Don't know why it ended.
God, I hadn't even thought about that. That's ruined that record for him. Bless him.
It really has.
That's a shame.
The play, as we all know, is a twist ending, in which the audience are traditionally asked not to reveal. But we all know it was dusky Ian Murdersman in the study with a copy of Christopher Biggins' autobiography.
The problem is you can't talk about Ian Murdersman now that we've just established that there's an Ian Mellencamp. You can't.
Yeah, Ian Mellencamp did it in the study. He's straight.
With some hammers.
Oh, dear. 1966, LSD was first declared illegal in California, with other states following. Do you know what LSD stands for?
No, Ben.
That's right. Lovely smashing drugs. And as a bit of an experiment, I've brought some LSD in there. If you look under your chair, you'll see some LSD, and we're going to take this as a live experiment in...
I am many things, Ben. I am fairly sure I am bad at drugs. So
don't worry about it. It's all going to just inject the lovely LSD into your eyeballs. It's all going to be fine. And
is that how LSD works? Because I don't know a lot about drugs, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to work.
I don't know. I'm going to have a lot of fun finding out. Incoming listener question.
So it does that, does it?
What? Well, yeah, the robot. Yeah. No, it's set up to do stuff, and I've set it up to our email account. What is it? don'tletschat@gmail.com.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so if anyone sends a question in, or at Don't Let's Chat on Twitter, it'll get sent to us, same as before. But thanks, Robot. I should give him a better name, really. I'll think of something. Oh, wait. Personal Information Special Systems 2.
We're not calling it PISS. We're not calling it PISS.
Two.
No, we're not calling it PISS 2 either.
The first one had an accident. Oh, dear. Anyway, it's there's a listener email. It's come in. Oh, it's our old friend Gareth Hirons, of course. From _Retrospecticus.
This would be good then.
Yeah, he loves his pop culture. This is going to be a fun, which is the best Simpson in a fight or something like that.
Throw us a nice softball to start the series off. Thanks, Gareth.
Robot, play listener question number 1.
Dear Mr. Ben and Dr. Phil, I feel so extraordinary. Something's got a hold of me. But that's an unrelated problem. My question is, what is the one true faith?
That's
okay. Wait.
Right.
Who's got the one true face? Well,
it's not going to fly, is it? We're not going to fly.
One true voice. When the ones.
It's not. No one remembers One True Voice. People don't even remember bloody Girls Aloud at this point. Never mind One True Voice.
Yeah. We're a fun pop culture kind of fact-based podcast. Can't get into something heavy like One True Faith right now.
I mean, there's obviously edgelord jokes about the Bible being the most popular fiction book in the world, but that's pop culture. But no, I'm not gonna do that. That's too obvious. Too obvious.
I don't understand. I mean, it's funny. People often will quote people like Bill Hicks, for example. I mean, like Bill Hicks died when he was in his early 30s, and
he did.
Speaking of someone in the late 30s, I know nothing now. I knew even less then.
It's interesting to speculate whether Bill Hicks would have just calmed down or whether he would have got worse. I think he would have got worse.
I have a horrible feeling you probably would have ended up on Fox News.
Yeah, maybe. No.
Even if it was playing both sides, I think.
I think you're being too generous. I think it would have been an InfoWars situation.
Oh.
There is obviously the speculation that Alex Jones is in fact just Bill Hicks, which is obviously ridiculous. But you can see him.
That's not a thing. That's not really.
That is genuinely a thing. There are people that think that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, which is ridiculous. Not liking chemicals that turn the frogs gay. That was
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, which faith wouldn't mind frogs being gay? I assume none of them would mind.
I think they're indifferent to gay frogs.
I don't know.
I don't believe, even if you check through the Old Testament and specifically Leviticus, you won't find anything in there about gay frogs. And you'll find just about everything else is banned from Leviticus. But,
I only read Kermit 4:3, so it's just, thou shalt not sit on a rock.
Not even Kermit 16:9. Good grief! You need to get out of the Dark Ages, man.
This guy is
Kermit 525i.
It just asks why there's so many songs about rainbows. It's
how many are there?
Probably a few. Actually, that is a point now I'm thinking about it. Maybe a way of judging which is the best faith is which one has had the most chart hits. I mean, that's more on our level, isn't it?
Do you mean like songs about the faith itself or songs by people of that faith? Because either way, I feel like it might be a bit of a landslide.
It's gonna be pretty Christian, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fairly Christian. Yeah. You've got half a Cat Stevens, that's
top or bottom half. I'm not sure which, but yeah. I mean, if you look at it, most of them have been by Cliff Richard as well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll just start a new sect, Cliffism.
Right. Okay. What practices would be involved in a traditional? I assume it would still be Sunday. Sunday service of a cliffist.
We'd all wake up and have it off with Sue Barker. If unavailable, a Sue Barker-based automaton will be sent to your homes.
Right, okay.
And then, obviously, he'll have a couple of Brumburgers, as he does. Get in the double-decker bus.
I was going to say, would you then spend the afternoon connecting up your hi-fi equipment, or is that...
No,
is that too obvious?
And then putting on the show right there. Something tennis. I don't know. I wonder who'd be best at, like, if we went right, all the religions, you can do a badminton knockout contest. Like, Abu Hamza would be something, etc.
I've got a better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is popular on the Twitch at the moment, Ben? What is popular on it?
Well, not just on Twitch, but everywhere. I mean, it's Fall Guys, isn't it?
It's Fall Guys. It's Fall Guys.
Yeah. It's that fun game where them little bean people try to do it's a bit like It's a Knockout, but with less sex offences,
It's a bit like It's a Knockout, but fingers crossed we won't be unable to repeat it at any point in the future.
What? So you say maybe we should just sit down and make all the religions in the world sit down and play Fall Guys?
What one representative from each religion? You can get a pope, you can get an Archbishop of Canterbury.
Oh, I'd love that episode of Games Master.
I've listed the two main Christian faiths that I'm aware of, and I do not know what the leaders of any other faiths are called because I'm terrible.
Imams, for example.
Imams, rabbi, whatever the top one is, and they can all get on a Fall Guys server, and we can finally sort out which religion is best through comedy video game pratfalls.
Yeah, the problem is, of course, is that I'm not quite sure if you can have a private server. So,
so
what'll probably end up happening is the end up of the answer of the one true faith will be Spunky Boy 2464329 smoke weed every day, man.
XXX Sephiroth 42069 XXX.
Yeah.
Is the best religion.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all just after, as we all know, really, what the actual truth faith is, don't we? I mean, we've discussed this many a time. And of course, this is me and Phil putting our absolute reputations on the line here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We at Don't Let's Chat confirm The one true faith is... If you need bees, get to Brian's Bees. It's best bloody selection of bastarding bees in Skipton region. Forget World of Wasps, they're good fannies. Brian's Bees. It's bees, ma'am. Apologies to some people there. We signed up to one of them intrusive advertising setups because we want to make some money. In fact, I was just onto old Alan Cast.
That's his name, yeah.
He said he mainly wanted to advertise albums by Cast, obviously. Which I want it.
I knew you were going to go the John Power route with that. I somehow knew that was where it was going.
John Power was, of course, the least controversial. No, Not going there. 1985. Gem and the Holograms debuted on American television in syndication.
Outrageous.
You know what? Let's move on to something a lot more decent and wholesome. 1991. Turbo nonce Michael Jackson gave away the bride at Elizabeth Taylor's 7th wedding, held at the Neverland Ranch. This is when she married Larry Fortensky, which he was a construction worker, and everyone was just like,
really?
Yeah. And then now, I don't think anyone of a certain age knows who Elizabeth Taylor is, which is it's sad in a lot of ways because she was a brilliant actress, but when we were growing up, she was just a woman who had been married a lot.
I was going to say her career had sort of regressed to just getting married every now and again.
Yeah. And, eventually Richard Burton died, so she had to stop marrying him.
I was going to say, it wasn't even one of the good marriages. It wasn't even one of the Burton marriages.
Also on this day, Oscar-winning actor Dustin Hoffman, 43, divorced actress Anne Byrne, 37, after 11 years of marriage.
Ooh. That's... Ooh.
So now, as we all know, divorce is hilarious. It's upsetting nobody and, bringing people together since Ian Divorce first invented
I feel that as you are the 50% of this podcast who has not been through that process, maybe you should keep your opinions to yourself.
That is possible, but I still Googled funny reasons for divorce, and this is what came up.
Oh, of course you did. Right, good. Let's see how this goes.
Barber & Co. Solicitors provided this list. These are genuine reasons why people wanted divorces. Most of them are American and stuff. Well, this first one is from Japan, and he wasn't that into Frozen. Woman in Japan allegedly wanted to divorce husband because he didn't like Disney's mega hit movie as much as she did.
That's...
I mean, if we would say anything to her, I'd say
don't bother.
Some sort of phrase which is like, give it up. Just release.
No, I
release
understand.
Release it. Good. There'll be something witty there, I'm sure we could.
Almost certainly. Let's have another one.
A Kuwaiti woman filed for divorce after only a week when she discovered that her husband preferred to use bread rather than a fork to eat peas.
Wait, what?
He didn't use a fork to eat peas.
No, but he used
bread. She
bread.
accused him of poor table manners.
How did he use...
his way of eating peas was a shocking sight.
How do you eat... Do you just, push the bread into the peas and hope that they stick? Is that...
I don't know. Barber & Co. Solicitors, one thing. Pea information specialists.
No. Fair. Okay. Well, I mean, I think I'm on board with that one. If I was in a relationship with someone who was eating peas by just mashing them into a loaf, then no, I'd be out.
Oh, pea loaf.
No.
Sorry. A woman in the UK filed for divorce because her husband wanted her to dress like a Klingon and speak in Klingon to him during the act.
I feel like that is something you have to get. You have to cover that up front. You can't spring it on someone post-marriage.
No, that's fair. As I recall, Klingon not a very sexy
I mean,
speech
it doesn't work for me, but whatever you're into.
That's all that it is.
Whatever people are into. I'm not shaming him for this, but yeah, you definitely... It's all about communication, mate. You definitely should have communicated your Klingon fetish up front. That's...
Yeah, this is fair enough.
Do you think he tried to introduce it gradually by bringing a Cornish pasty into the bedroom and saying, just put that on your head?
just lie that on your head for a minute. At least that's wanking for you.
I cannot finish unless my partner is heavily armed.
One husband in the UK asked for a divorce because he hated having to eat his wife's tuna casserole.
That's
That's fair.
No, that's not.
No, tuna's horrible.
Cook your own. Cook something else. That's not.
It's horrible.
I feel like this is obfuscating the actual. I have no doubt there's a legitimate reason for those people getting divorced, which seems like he's a bit of a prick.
Yeah, so it's right. It's like, what is it with tea tonight? Tuna casserole. I could tell her I don't like tuna casserole. Or Ian's the divorce is on the way to work.
This is the marriage version of steamed hams, isn't it? but what if?
The next one, a couple's pet bird began to say things like divorce and be patient. That's a good parrot impression there. This led the wife to discover the husband was having an affair while the parrot watched, which gave her grounds for divorce.
Right. Why would you conduct clandestine conversations about having an affair in front of an animal that notoriously repeats everything it hears? Why?
Also, I love the fact that we're going, divorce, be patient, divorce, be patient. I mean, divorce. As if that was all the conversation was. Divorce now? Divorce plus.
Divorce now. When divorce? Oh, when divorce.
Also, I love the fact that he clearly wanted to get divorced, and then it gave him grounds for divorce.
I suspect it's more likely that he didn't actually want a divorce, but he was prepared to keep telling the other person that he did.
He wanted to keep the parrot.
Yeah. He didn't want to lose half the parrot in the divorce.
Yeah. Speaking of animals, an Israeli man divorced his wife because she adopted 550 cats.
Where did she put them? That is too many cats.
I think she went online and she slipped. She went like, I would have 5 cats. And the unnamed man said the felines hindered his home life by blocking the entrance to the bathroom, swarming the kitchen, and stealing food off his plate. Which he didn't mind when it was tuna casserole night, to be fair.
So the average cat, apparently, is around about 8 to 10 pounds. So let's take the upper limit of that. 5,500 pounds of cat. Where are you going to keep?
In the entrance of the bathroom, obviously. This is like a cat version of an Indiana Jones opening sequence trying to walk.
That's 400 stone of cats.
Hello, I'm home. What did you do today? No, don't get mad. You know I'm always buying stuff and you're telling me off for it.
2.5 Imperial tons of cats.
How much tuna casserole would you need to feed them?
Hang on, no, we're going to do the maths. How much do you need to feed cats? Need to feed a cat. 1 3-ounce can per 3 to 3.5 pounds. So it's 3 ounces per 3 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to live cat maths.
We've got 5,500 pounds of cat, which is about that many ounces. And this is per day. So you would need 350 pounds of cat food a day.
And what do you reckon that's going for currently? I mean, I assume Jolly's have an offer on.
Well,
for 550 the cat eats free.
Hang on, cat food on Amazon. Cat good? No, cat food. Cat good as well. Cat is also
cat good. Cat very good. Divorce. Divorce. Cat good.
You know, right, hang on. Here we go. So 2,400 grams is 6. I can't be bothered with this. This is nothing. This is nothing.
Thousands and thousands of pounds. I'm guessing
the important thing is you need a lot of cat food, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Also, where are you putting these cats? How much space did they have for this many? You know what? I've really got hung up on the cat volume and weight.
It's the cat density ratio has definitely thrown you.
Concern. It's a concern.
So we've got to move on the final one, the final reason for giving divorce. An American surgeon from Long Island wants his kidney back after he gave his wife a kidney when they were married, but now she's filed for divorce. He wants it back.
I mean, that's not how that works.
Could you describe the kidney in question, sir?
How much time did you spend with the kidney on a day-to-day basis? Who is the primary caregiver to the kidney?
Maybe, for example, there could be some sort of deposition where it'll take some lesser bodily parts in return.
You'd want at least a lobe of a liver to make up for the lack of a kidney, wouldn't you? You'd want
Can
at
you
least
imagine him,
that.
like, getting it back and then taking it out of the cart in his hand and walking to the hospital and saying, "Get that stuck in me now."
I'm imagining the bit at the end of the Breakfast Club where he puts his hand in the air, except he's holding a kidney in it.
Blood dripping down his hand.
Don't you forget about kidneys.
Oh, what's the breakfast? It's kidney.
That'd be the worst thing, wouldn't it? If he got it back and then I just had it for breakfast instead.
That's delicious.
Slurp slew now for some dialysis.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much an excellent way to wrap up this first edition of the third series of Don't Let's Chat.
Yes.
No time to mention Lois and Clark getting married. No time to mention CSI premiere on CBS.
Ooh.
Or Bruce Springsteen being sued by a man who claimed he backed out of a deal to buy a horse. I mean, we could have had so much conversation about all of that. If you're interested, the horse was called Pavarotti.
Oh, good. I was wondering. The number one question I had, Ben, that I was going to have to ask you after the credits rolled was the horse called Pavarotti?
If you have enjoyed this and you would like these episodes early, please do go to our Patreon, patreon.com/don'tlet'schat, where we'll also be putting up deleted scenes and extra bits along the way and running things like Discords and game nights. And we're going to do lots more with the public. With the public, that's you. That's you. I don't know the public. I think, who am I? Bloody Tony Blackburn. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
We love the great British public. We love them.
If you'd like more of this, please don't go to Patreon or Ko-fi. And if you would like to send us in a question, possibly not as deep as Gareth's.
No.
Could be more pop culture based. That's fine. All you have to do is record yourself reading that question out, send it to us. What is the email address, Phil?
don'tlet'schat@gmail.com.
So if you like this, please tell people. We're trying to get his name out there. We don't have the money to promote ourselves like a old Ian actor does a podcast with John off Tellison.
John another actor, yeah.
So if you like this programme, please do let people know. It means the world to us. And until next time, I have been Tuna Casserole.
And I have been a tramp repeatedly stealing a dog.
Good cats!
Bye.
If you need even more bees, get to Brian's Bees. Now in 4 new locations. At Crelm, Discus, Hold It, and Meh. Don't use them other bee establishments. They're f***ing shit for cunts. Brian's Bees. We don't exist, ma'am.